Hello and welcome. I'm Karina Godwin, and today we're talking about the Imagine Workshop. And I love this workshop, it's one of my favorites. I created it because I think we all have areas of lack in our life, things that we'd like to have or do or to change, or things that we're yearning for to make better, to create lives that we love living. Yet we actually struggle to create them and to know what to do, what steps to take, and in fact, sometimes even where to go. I want to share with you why you're not succeeding and what you can do about that. You see, we all have this incredible ability to imagine, and imagine is something that lives in our intuitive side of our brain. It's something that is understated and poorly understood. Very few people know how to imagine properly. It's a form of manifestation, but it's bigger than that. The thing is that many of us have been trying to manifest things in our lives, and we do it, but often it takes a long time, and sometimes it doesn't turn up at all. So I wanted to talk to you about why that's happening. You see, we get stuck because we are actually programmed to assess every situation or option or possibility for risk. The problem is that we get stuck in that, and then we're in the logic. We're trying to find reasons of why we should or shouldn't do it, or why we're not going to succeed, or why we might fail. Where are the problems in this situation? And our imagination is an intuitive function. So when you're stuck in logic, they're not compatible. Imagination and logic are kind of two totally different areas of your brain, and they both have important functions, but they're not really meant to function at the same time. You focus on one, you focus on the other. So for your imagination to work, it needs to fly. It needs to have space and opportunity to create what it is that you desire, but it can't do that if it's drowning in all the negativity that comes from this risk assessment process that is innate in all of us. So imagine the workshop changes all that. You'll not only learn how to circumvent all of that risk taking and limit it so that it's not sending you over the edge into failure, you'll learn without doubt how to put yourself back into the driver's seat of your destiny as you reroute or reroute the pathways in your brain towards your desires, towards what you're trying to create, what you're trying to manifest. Because if you can imagine it, you can create it. Let me teach you how. Let me teach you how to do both. Join me on the workshop, the Imagine Workshop, and watch your life change. Mine certainly has. I decided to imagine a few things just this one day, and 2.5 years later, I'm looking at 30 new products and workshops in the flesh, and another 40 that are in the process of being created. Workshops, retreats. That's not to mention, when I imagined a holiday to Italy, a holiday to Spain, all things that weren't budgeted for, weren't really possible, and yet I went and I had an amazing time. So you can create anything. If you can imagine it, you can create it. So join me on the workshop. I'd really love to have